Students, in the previous video lecture, we have learned how to find out moment of inertia using parallel axis theorem and as well as perpendicular axis theorem. And in this video session, we will solve few problems on how to use parallel axis theorem and perpendicular axis theorem. Now let us go for first example where you have a rod mass is m and length of the rod is l. I want to calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis, where axis is at a distance of L by 4 from one end of the rod. This length is given as L by 4. This length is given as L by 4. I want to now calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis. So in order to calculate moment of inertia for this rod, I can use parallel axis theorem here. We know moment of inertia with respect to this axis about the center, which is perpendicular. Moment of inertia with respect to this axis, let me consider it as IC. That IC is already known to you because we already have derived this moment of inertia with respect to axis about the center. Now axis about the center and the given axis is parallel to each other, and the separation between these two axes is this length, and that length will obviously become 3L divided by 4, because from one end of the rod, if this axis is at L by 4, then obviously this length should become 3L by 4. So this is equal to R, perpendicular separation between two axes. Now I want to calculate moment of inertia, so I can use parallel axis theorem. It states that I is equal to IC plus M R perpendicular whole square. So I will be equal to, what is moment of inertia with respect to axis about the center? Axis about the center is ML square divided by 12. Already we have derived this. It is ML square divided by 12 plus this total mass of the rod, it is m. And what about r perpendicular? R perpendicular is equal to 3L divided by 4 whole square. This is equal to ml square divided by 12 plus 9ml square divided by 4 square is 16. Right? You should solve this so that you will be getting net moment of inertia with respect to this axis, which is exactly at a distance of 3L by 4. You can solve this so that you will be getting net moment of inertia. Likewise, in the example 2, you should calculate moment of inertia of the ring. Axis is about one end of the ring and it is perpendicular to the plane of the ring. Remember that this axis is perpendicular to the plane of the ring. Axis is perpendicular to plane of ring. So axis of this ring which you are rotating, it is perpendicular to the plane of the ring, and this is radius of the ring. Obviously this will become radius of the ring, it is r. I want to now calculate moment of inertia. So in order to calculate moment of inertia, you can use parallel axis theorem here also, because we know what is moment of inertia with respect to this axis about the center. This is axis about the center, and axis about the center for a ring is mr square. We know that formula. Therefore we can use parallel axis theorem. We can use parallel axis theorem. I is equal to IC plus total mass of the ring is m, and separation between these two axes is r whole square. So I will be equal to mr square plus mr square, which is equal to 2mr square. This is moment of inertia with respect to axis at one end of the ring. right? Now coming to another example, we have a sphere. This is sphere. It's not a disk, it is sphere. What is moment of inertia with respect to sphere? Moment of inertia of the sphere with respect to axis about the center is, and this is solid sphere we are considering, it is 2 by 5 mr square, and this is solid sphere. I want to now calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis. So in order to calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis, what you should do? You should consider one axis which is passing through the center of this sphere. This is axis which is passing through the center. And the perpendicular distance between these two axes will be obviously equal to r. As it is a solid sphere, its moment of inertia can be calculated using parallel axis theorem. I will be equal to IC plus mass of the sphere into perpendicular distance between two axes whole square. So moment of inertia I will be equal to 2 by 5 mr square plus mass m into r perpendicular, this is r whole square. So moment of inertia will be equal to 2 by 5 plus 1 into mr square. This is equal to 7 by 5 m r square. This is moment of inertia with respect to axis at the tangent. This I is tangential axis. Tangential axis to sphere. And this is also tangential axis perpendicular. This is also tangential axis perpendicular to plane of the ring. It is perpendicular to plane of the ring. Now in this case, it is tangential axis to sphere, as the sphere is identical from any side. Therefore, this will become directly parallel to axis which is passing through the center. This is the way you can use parallel axis theorem, and we can find out moment of inertia of any object. But remember, in order to find out moment of inertia with respect to parallel axis, you should know mass of the sphere. Sometimes mass will be given in terms of density. Then you will be writing it as mass is equal to density into volume. Sometimes mass will be given in terms of density. Then in such cases, moment of inertia you will be calculated in terms of density. And definitely you should calculate perpendicular distance between two axes. Then only you can use parallel axis theorem. In the first example, students, we know that this is a rectangular lamina. It is a rectangular shaped plate. Moment of inertia with respect to axis about the center IC is equal to m into L square plus B square divided by 12. This is what we have already seen in the yesterday's examples. So moment of inertia of a rectangular plate axis about the center will be m L square plus B square divided by 12. Now I want to calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis. Okay. So in order to calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis is about one end. Okay, this is the axis which is parallel to the plane. Okay, so when we are dealing with this axis which is parallel to the plane, already we know that moment of inertia with respect to very small element, like this is the small element you can take for this axis. You can take this as small element, right? So let an element of mass dm of length L is chosen in the plate. So this rectangular plate which I have, out of this rectangular plate, this very small element is a dm, and its length is of course dl. So with respect to that axis, how do you write moment of inertia? So I can write moment of inertia I will be equal to dm. This is the total mass of this element dm. And what about this axis? It is exactly at edge of this lamina. Like we already have learned moment of inertia with respect to this axis is ml square divided by 3. This is the axis of rotation. In the previous classes itself we have learned. For this very small element whose mass is a dm, axis is about this end. Therefore, moment of inertia will be ml square by 3. But here what you need to do, instead of mass m, you will be taking dm. And what about length here? Length is L square divided by the separation, like it is 3. We are not using parallel axis theorem or perpendicular axis theorem in this example 3. It's not necessary to use actually. So in order to find out moment of inertia, I'll just integrate this. I is equal to integration di, which is equal to L square divided by 3 into integration dm. So therefore, moment of inertia I will be equal to capital M into L square divided by 3. Right? This is the way you can calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis. Okay. So simply you will be taking one element and first you will be finding out di, and after that you need to integrate it so that you will be getting net moment of inertia. That's number 3. Now coming to number 4, this is a disk of mass m and radius r. I want to now calculate moment of inertia with respect to the axis which is tangential to this. Now we know moment of inertia with respect to this axis perpendicular to the plane. This is axis about the center. What is moment of inertia axis about the center? It is m r square divided by 2. This is for disk. Already we have calculated. This is disk whose mass is m and radius is r. For this disk, moment of inertia is IC, which is mr square by 2. The separation between these two is this. This is the separation between two axes. Moment of inertia with respect to IC is equal to mr square divided by 2. This is perpendicular to plane. Okay. Now, moment of inertia with respect to diameter. You should find out moment of inertia with respect to diameter is equal to how much. First, you should find out that. After that, we will be finding out moment of inertia here. So, in order to find out moment of inertia with respect to diameter, we will use perpendicular axis theorem. Okay. So, we know that moment of inertia with respect to C is equal to Ix plus Iy. This is equal to 2 times Ix. And this Ix is nothing but moment of inertia with respect to diameter. This X is equal to D. Moment of inertia which is equal to diameter. Now from here, moment of inertia with respect to diameter is equal to IC divided by 2, which is equal to mr square divided by 4, because IC is mr square by 2. So moment of inertia with respect to diameter is mr square divided by 4. Once calculating this mr square divided by 4, you need to now find out moment of inertia with respect to this. So now we use parallel axis theorem. Now we use parallel axis theorem. I is equal to ID plus mass of the substance into R perpendicular whole square. This is equal to, what is ID? mr square divided by 4 plus total mass of the disk is m. R perpendicular is equal to R whole square. This is 4 plus 1, 5. m 5 mr square divided by 4. That is moment of inertia with respect to tangent parallel to the plane. Remember that this is parallel to plane. This axis is parallel to the plane. So that is the way you can calculate moment of inertia. Sometimes simultaneously you can use parallel axis theorem and as well as perpendicular axis theorem in the same problem to find out moment of inertia, just like how we have done here. Directly we cannot find moment of inertia with respect to tangent for this disk. So what we do, first we have calculated moment of inertia with respect to diameter. After calculating moment of inertia with respect to diameter, in order to find out moment of inertia with respect to diameter, we have used perpendicular axis theorem. After finding ID, we have used parallel axis theorem and we have calculated moment of inertia with respect to axis parallel to the plane. So this is what number 4. Now coming to this number 5, we have hollow sphere whose mass is m and the radius is r. We know axis about the center. For this sphere, moment of inertia with respect to axis about the center is equal to, axis about the center is known to you, axis about the center will be equal to 2 by 3 mr square. This is for hollow sphere. Okay. Now for this hollow sphere, this axis is 2 by 3 mr square. Likewise, at the center, you can even take axis like this also. For sphere is identical along any diameter. So therefore, moment of inertia along diameter of hollow sphere is IC, that is equal to 2 by 3 mr square. So once we have calculated, once we know this, you can use, this is distance r, perpendicular distance between two axes is equal to r. We can use parallel axis theorem to find out moment of inertia. We use parallel axis theorem. We use parallel axis theorem. I is equal to IC plus m into r square, because r is separation between these two axes. This is r. R is radius of the hollow sphere. I will be equal to, what is IC? 2 by 3 mr square plus mr square. This is 5 mr square divided by 3. That is moment of inertia of hollow sphere. This is moment of inertia of the hollow sphere. Axis about the tangent. So axis is exactly tangential. Students, example number 4, which I have took here, it is quite like two-dimensionally, three-dimensional picture should be there in your mind. So see, you are asked to find out moment of inertia with respect to axis at one of the tangent. Okay, now let me imagine that this is disk. Disk will be exactly like this. It will be circle. This is uneven shape, but actually it should be a circle. Okay, this is a disk. We know moment, we are now supposed to calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis. Axis should be here. This is the axis which you want to find out. Okay, this is the axis which you want to find. This axis, with respect to this axis, you should find out moment of inertia. But in order to find out moment of inertia with respect to this axis, we should first know what is moment of inertia with respect to this axis, because this become parallel to this. These two will become parallel to each other. If you are able to find out moment of inertia with respect to this axis, you can calculate this using parallel axis theorem. Okay, you can use parallel axis theorem and we can find out moment of inertia with respect to this axis. Okay, for that, what I do, first I should calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis. In order to calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis, what we do, I'll use perpendicular axis theorem, because we know moment of inertia with respect to axis perpendicular to the plane. Moment of inertia about the axis perpendicular to the plane is mr square divided by 2. With respect to this axis of rotation, it is mr square divided by 2. But we don't want this one. We need this axis of rotation. Okay, we need to calculate moment of inertia with respect to this axis. With respect to this axis, it is mr square by 2. With respect to this axis, I should use perpendicular axis theorem and I should find out moment of inertia with respect to this axis. This is Iz, this is Ix. I am taking one more axis, it is Iy. Okay, this is Iy. Iz is equal to, this is Iz. Iz is equal to Ix plus Iy. Axis, this axis and this axis are identical. Moment of inertia with respect to this, moment of inertia with respect to this, both are same. We know moment of inertia with respect to this axis. It is mr square divided by 2. And with respect to this axis, Ix plus Iy is equal to Iz. So I have calculated first moment of inertia with respect to this axis. Okay. So that moment of inertia which we have obtained, it is this. See on the screen. This we have calculated first, ID, which is equal to mr square divided by 4. Okay. Now axis, this axis has moment of inertia mr square by 4. This axis we have moment of inertia mr square by 2. This axis we have moment of inertia mr square divided by 4. This axis we should find out moment of inertia. For that I will use parallel axis theorem. Okay, this is I, this is IC. I is equal to IC plus perpendicular whole square. What is length between these two parallel axes? It is radius of the disc. So length between these two will be radius of the disc. Okay, that is the final procedure. We have just used this equation. So ID mr square by 4 I have substituted here, and r perpendicular is separation between two axes. I have substituted that. You have got 5 mr square by 4. So students, we have two spheres. These are solid spheres. These are solid spheres. Instead of giving their mass, they are being given to you density. Density of the first sphere is rho A. Density of the second sphere is rho B. And radius of both the discs, both the solid spheres, it is the same r. For both, it is radius r. Moment of inertia with respect to diameter is Ia and Ib. You want to now find out ratio of this Ia and Ib. Okay. So in order to calculate moment of inertia, now moment of inertia with respect to axis about diameter. Axis about the diameter for a solid sphere is 2 by 5 mr square. 2 by 5 mr square, that is moment of inertia of a solid sphere axis about the diameter. But we do not know what is mass m. Therefore, what I do? First, I should calculate mass of A. Mass of A is equal to density of A into volume of A. Mass of A is equal to density of A, it is rho A. Volume of A is equal to 4 by 3 pi into r cube. Mass of B is equal to rho B into volume of the B. It is rho B into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Because radius of both the spheres, it is identical. So for both I am taking radius r. Now moment of inertia Ia is equal to 2 by 5 ma r square. This is equal to 2 by 5. Ma, it is rho A 4 by 3 pi r cube into r square. This is IA. Likewise, moment of inertia IB is equal to 2 by 5 rho B 4 by 3 pi r cube into r square. Now divide these two. 4 by 3 pi r cube, 4 by 3 pi r cube, and r square gets cancelled. And this 2 by 5 gets cancelled. Moment of inertia IA divided by IB is equal to rho A divided by rho B. This is ratio of moment of inertia axis about the diameter.